Did you know that plants eat organic material for breakfast? Josh here. I've been growing fruit trees for 10 years and have hundreds in the ground on just a few acres. And I know about organic material and how important it is, and I want to share that with you today. So the first thing you have to understand is that organic material is made up of organic material. It's things that were once living and things that were growing, so dead plant matter. So this is some pine bark fines that I've got in this hand here. And then as it decomposes, it turns into finer particles. I've got some compost here that is basically a lot finer, sticks together, and this is really just rotted wood mulch in this hand here. All right, now the thing that you need to know is that there's multiple purposes for organic material. One, it can be used to break up the soil as a soil conditioner that's often made up of pine bark fines. And two, to retain moisture. So it's utilized to be able to hold more moisture in the soil. And three, it's something that plants can consume because it contains so many nutrients. But with that, it can become depleted over time based on how fine the material is. All right, so let's take an example. So a tree falls in the woods. How many years is that going to take for that tree to decompose completely into soil? I mean, it could take 10 years. If it was a cedar tree, it might be 100 years. But the point is that the larger the material, the more time it takes for that organic material to decompose. All right, and the finer material is quicker to decompose, but also quicker for the tree to consume. So if you're using soil conditioner in your soil to break it up, it's not going to provide the same benefit as compost. So what I like to do is use chunky organic material and mix that in with some finer organic material, and that is going to give you the drainage that you want, as well as the soil and moisture retention that you want. So keep in mind that not a lot of soils naturally have organic material. Now they might on just the top couple layers, depending on what was there before, but generally speaking, there's not a lot of organic materials in the soil. And so most of the time, every year, you're going to want to add compost on top of your soil. There's all kinds of organic material on the market. They all have pros and cons that you can look into and research. We're not going to get into all the details, but the important part is your soil and your tree really needs organic material because it needs something to consume beyond just fertilizer and those straight macronutrients. It really needs what's in the organic material. So feed your tree, feed the soil, and use organic matter to do that, and your tree will be happy. So I do this every year, probably do it in the fall or spring for compost. Sometimes I'll add in mulch on top, which will also decompose. But the important part is you got to break up your soil and you have to add more organic material to retain water in it most of the time. And balancing those two is a good equation. All right, I hope you found some value in this lesson today, and I will see you in the next one.